Social inclusion and protection is a strategic priority on government's list for the 2014-2015 financial year. To help fulfill that priority, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security is working on a raft of measures to provide adequate social protection for all, including the vulnerable, ensuring that Jamaicans are able to take care of and provide for themselves and families. In the 2014-2015 fiscal year, the government will be revamping the National Insurance Scheme NIS to ensure that all Jamaicans have some form of social protection for contributors and their families in the event of retirement, death, being injured, or incapacitated while on the job. As part of the revamping exercise, Cabinet will consider an actuarial evaluation report and a roadmap for the reform of the NIS in a bid to guarantee the sustainability of the fund. One of the objectives is to increase the number of contributors to the scheme so that more money can flow into the pool. In the last fiscal year, NIS contributions stood at approximately $12 billion, but $14.7 billion was paid out in benefits.
We are expecting that it will increase to about $16 billion in terms of payout. And the collections, with no change in the contribution rates, the collections would be just about the same. What has happened though is that the investment income from the National Insurance Fund is what closes the gap. And the truth is this has been occurring since 2003.
Females in particular will be able to contribute to the fund for a longer period of time as their retirement age has moved from 60 to 63. Over time, the retirement age for females will move to 65 years, matching the retirement age for males.
I'm extremely pleased that the landmark National Disabilities Bill 2014 was tabled in this Honourable House on May the 7th and will be debated early in this legislative year.
That bill will help government to achieve strategic priority number 5 as all members of the disabled community will have easy access to amenities like any other citizen. To streamline the process, a national database for the disabled is being created. Registration is ongoing.
This is the basis on which we will be able to count for all of our persons with disabilities. We can't plan for them if we don't know that they are there. Like for instance, we're in the midst of a hurricane season. If we don't know where they are, we can't know how to plan for them, especially if a disaster strikes, God forbid.
The international community is also partnering with the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to provide assistance for the disabled. The World Bank's Japanese Development Fund has provided a $67 million grant to prepare persons with disabilities for the labour market.
We're also going to be doing studies to identify what are the gaps, what are the training needs, what are the things that need to be done to get persons to be a part of the workforce.
The capacity of the Jamaica Council of Persons with Disabilities will also be strengthened with a $15 million grant from the Inter-American Development Bank. 300 disabled persons in the 18 to 36 age group will also benefit from skills development training. To achieve strategic priority 5, social inclusion and protection, government is also ensuring that the less fortunate can meet their everyday needs. In October, beneficiaries of the Program of Advancement through Health and Education Path will get an additional 15% increase in payments. This will be possible through a $5.3 billion allocation in the budget for Phase 2 of the Social Protection Project.
Basically, we want to ensure that as inflation rises, there's a benefit increase mechanism that kicks in. Where it is that inflation passes a certain amount, we automatically look at reviewing the benefits.
Approximately 380,000 persons and 130,000 households are currently on PATH. 7,000 persons will also get a chance to improve their living conditions through a $139 million allocation in the budget. As government acts on strategic priority number 5 in the 2014-2015 fiscal year, it is also seeking to empower persons receiving state handouts so they can become self-reliant. 2,000 individuals will be trained over the next 2 years under the $600 million Welfare to Work program.
We're targeting beneficiaries from welfare households to involve them in job training. We'll try to prepare them for the world of work so that they can now become a part of the development or growth agenda.
About 6,000 persons will also benefit from the short-term poverty intervention project as members of parliament have received $75 million to assist entrepreneurs in communities to develop business ideas. Government will also roll out its Case to Work program. Under the initiative, a 28-point resilience scale for vulnerable households has been developed.
These 28 points, once they are met for each of these households, it will be able to have them being more resilient, so that they are eventually moved off the PATH program or off the welfare programs, then if there's any shock, they won't fall right back into the need for state assistance.
Steps are also being taken to protect the country's senior citizens. The National Council for Senior Citizens will be revamped to encourage all seniors to participate in its activities. The policy for senior citizens will also be examined. The Government of Jamaica implementing measures to achieve strategic priority number 5, social inclusion and protection, safeguarding the lives of all Jamaicans, including the vulnerable, so that the standard of living can improve.